Welcome to the University of Washington Tacoma's Student Setup Crew. In this video, we'll go over the proper techniques on how to move our tables, which includes 6-foot, round, and bistro. We'll also take a look at one of the more challenging things when we're doing a setup in Philip Hall, and that's dividing the rooms into two by pulling out the wall. But don't worry, we'll also show you how to put the wall away. But that's not it. After all that, we'll take a quick trip over to the Snoqualmie Powerhouse, which stores all of the furniture that we use in atriums and outdoor setups. Let's get started. When it comes to doing setups, we have our 6-foot tables and our round tables. We'll start with the 6-foot tables. When it comes to 6-foot tables, on the racks they are in a stacked formation as you see here. First, we'll show you the way you should not move these tables. Even though they're light, never lift a table by yourself, as it's a risk for potential injury. Now let's look at the correct way. Always use two people, as you balance the load and it reduces the risk of injury. Now let's take a look at rounds. When it comes to rounds, each rack has 5 slots where the rounds will fit in. As with the 6-foot tables, we will first show you how you should not move the rounds. Again, never attempt to lift a table by yourself. Rounds are awkward and they could fall on you. Now let's look at the correct way. Not only does having 2 people balance out the rounds, but sometimes it's a little awkward to get it back on the rack. A lot of times, tables will need to be adjusted slightly. Again, we'll show you the right and the wrong way to go about this. Apparently, this guy just doesn't get it. That's strike 3. Now let's look at the correct way. Good job, guys. Finally, we have the bistro tables. These are by far the most tricky because they're awkward. There is no one correct way to lift these tables. It comes down to the comfort level of how you feel when you lift the tables. Let's take a look at a few different methods. Give them a try and use what's most comfortable to you. Now we're going to take a look at the wall. To access the panels of the wall, you'll want to open up a closet between the panel in the Jane Russell Commons and the media closet in the Milgard Assembly Room. Start by pulling a panel towards you along the tracks on the ceiling. You'll want to follow the tracks until the panel is perpendicular to its previous alignment. Once aligned, you'll want to push the panel along the tracks all the way to the other end of the room. Once you align the panel with the other panels on the other end of the room, you'll want to take the metal key to lock the panel in place. Rinse and repeat until you get to the final 2 panels. Remember to check your work and to make sure that the wall is straight, not leaning to one side or the other. When you get to the final 2 panels of the wall, you'll still want to pull it out like you did all the other ones, but not lock this one. The final panel is the only panel that will actually go the other way on the track. When you pull it out, you will want to close the closet door so that the panel has room to slide. Once the panel is aligned with all the other panels, you'll want to take the metal key, put it on the fob, and turn it to lock everything in place. When you need to put the wall away, you'll want to take the same process. Take the metal key, put it on the fob, turn it to unlock the panel. Once unlocked, you'll want to slide it along the track in the opposite way that you put it out and put it back in the closet. When you push the panels back into the closet, if they're angled, don't worry, they're supposed to be. If you push too hard and make them flat, it will actually break the tracks, so please be careful. Rinse and repeat until all panels are back in the wall. Now let's take a walk over to the Snoqualmie building where all of our outdoor furniture is stored. Please note that this is a shared space, so it can get messy, but we do our best to keep it clean. Since the setups that require these tables are not in close proximity to the Snoqualmie building, use the empty rack to transport the tables. Always grab the tables with 2 people and stack them neatly. The chairs are located on the other side of the room, and depending on how many tables you have, you can either stack the chairs on top of the tables or use an empty chair rack to transport the chairs around. And that concludes our brief intro video. This was just a quick glimpse of what we do on an everyday basis. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to let us know. We're excited to get the school year started and having you as part of the team. And of course, go Huskies!